what's going on? My name is Amy. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I want to share how I plan to create a dividend income portfolio that pays $100 per month in dividends. I have been talking to ChatGPT back and forth, trying to kind of figure out best scenario. There was a very simple scenario that I could have executed and been all in on one particular ETF in order to make this happen with the funds that I have available. But I thought for, making content and for experimental purposes that I didn't want to just have one holdings in this portfolio. And I wanted to kind of balance it out because NAV erosion is a real thing, right? With these high yield dividend paying ETFs. And although it's been pretty darn steady and growing in this particular one, I was like, you know what? I still want to buy something else alongside it. So I've kind of got a trifecta going with this particular portfolio in terms of what I plan to do. Right now, I'm only vested in one of the three because I'm waiting for dip buys to occur. And I'm going to show you here what I plan to do. So let's minimize me. Okay, well, bear with me. Trying to learn this OBS thing here. It's like not the easiest thing in the world. This is why I normally don't do kind of screen share videos. So, okay, hopefully you can see my little lovely chart here. So basically, this is the plan. You'll see that I've got three ticker symbols here, YBTC, which I have talked about recently on the channel. This is a options type ETF where they're basically using the money that comes into the fund and they're doing option strategy on Bitcoin. Now it is kind of a futures type of strategy, so it's not direct tied to Bitcoin, but it's close. So I really like this one because typically you're getting paid around 50 cents a share. At least that's what I got paid last week, and that's the other thing I like about it is it's a weekly paying ETF, and I got paid inside my IRA account. This is a cash brokerage account on this particular one. And I'm looking to do a total, you'll see in the gray, these are estimated amounts of shares I need to purchase in order to get to the $100 a month. Now, I'm slightly off here because based on the math and the entry prices I'm going to try to get in at, I'm probably going to be short just a little bit of that $100. Maybe it'll be about $87, $85 a month when it's all said and done. So I need to kind of figure out as I get filled with these orders what adjustments need to be made and how much more cash I need to put into this account. So let's see if I can scroll down here. Hang on. This is kind of the tricky part is like, how do we do this? Okay. So basically I've got, can you guys see this? Yeah, I have to kind of like move my head out of the way, I guess. Okay, so cash balance, right now, this includes, I just got filled for 5 shares on YBTC. So this includes, that's already taken out of the cash balance. So we have 1569.75 that's settled, and I have another 469.65 that's pending because I just sold out my Tesla shares. Finally got rid of that loser. It's like, just bite the bullet, Amy. Put the money to work into something that's actually working. I bought really high on Tesla, and I'm just like sitting on it all year. So anyways, we're waiting for that to settle tomorrow morning. That'll be settled, and then I can use that towards the balance. So we're looking at total cash here, $2,039.40. And then this is, like I said, the projected things to purchase. I actually had 25 shares of Misty in another account, and I got blessed today to be able to sell just about break even on that and already got paid once with Misty. So I didn't want to sell it and move to another account if I was going to take a loss. And I got fortunate enough today to be able to sell almost exactly at break even for what I'd bought. So I was like, oh, cool. I'm going to move it into this specific dividend income account on Fidelity so that I can just kind of keep everything together. These are all ticker symbols that will be for high yield dividend paying ETFs. And then the other one I'm considering is QQQI, which does options alongside the NASDAQ QQQ. By the way, I said something incorrectly on the channel. I want to make sure I correct that. I said in a previous video that I purchased VGT tracking the NASDAQ, and I said 100, but that one actually tracks a bigger basket of stocks in the NASDAQ, and QQQ is the one that tracks the top 100. However, the reason I went with VGT, even though I got that wrong on the video, was that because the performance over time, if you look at 3 and 5 years especially, you'll see a big difference in the performance of QQQ and VGT. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. I just wanted to correct that. So the QQQI, this one pays, it's monthly, and it's about 60 cents a share. Now you are buying shares at, I want to say, let me check on my other screen here. I think it's in the 70s. You're spending some more money. Oh no, excuse me. It's 53-ish. So right now I actually have an order, a limit order placed, I think at 53.24 or something, and it's trading at 53.39 right now. So I might get filled today. That one I'm not in a super big rush for because as long as I own the shares before, I think it was August 21st, I'll get qualified for the monthly dividend on that one. And then I think Misty is somewhere around that time frame as well. So I just need to buy back the shares that I had previously. And YBTC is the one I'm kind of in a hurry for because I want to get the shares by end of day tomorrow, which is Tuesday, because they pay, you have to own the shares on the ex-dividend date. That's the day that they count people. So they look at all the shares that are out there and, you know, everybody's account that has bought so that you get check mark, like this person's going to get paid the dividend. And then the next day they typically pay out. So you have to have bought the shares as late as, no later than Tuesday of each week. And then you'll get counted on Wednesday. And then Thursday you actually get the payout. At least that's the way it went for me. I think some people don't get paid till Friday, but I got paid on Thursday. So that's the goal, is to fill up. Right now, like I said, I've only been filled for 5, so I may have to adjust my limit orders a little bit because YBTC is doing really well right now. Kind of wish I'd bought it a little bit last week, but I was sort of just trying to plan this account and make sure that I knew what I was going to invest in to try to get me to that $100 a month in dividend income. Now, YBTC was the one, when I said at the beginning, there was a stock I could have put all in and gotten to $100 a month, because this one pays about 50 cents a share. At least that's what it paid last week. And there's been some much higher paydays on this one, like all the way up to 80 some cents a share. I think its lowest was like 20 cents a share though. So it's one of these things, like you could say, all right, the last payday was 50 cents a share. I'm expecting 50 cents a share, right? But then you might get paid 40 cents a share. You just don't know. So I kind of ask chat sometimes to give me averages, and I think the average right now is somewhere around 45 cents a share, 40 cents, something like that. So even if I got filled, just trying to kind of do my best guess on these as to where we'll be at with $100 a month. But anyways, this is what we're working with. Reasons why I chose YBTC was, number one, it paid weekly, which I thought was really cool. Number two, the NAV erosion is not so strong where like you buy shares and then immediately it tanks. Because when they go to pay out some of these high yield paying ETFs, like Misty, for example, you'll see a big drop because they're taking directly from the fund to pay out the investors, right? So though they are running option strategies against MicroStrategy is the one that one is on, it's it depends on the volatility and whatnot, but you're also going to see that over time the actual price is going to drop because they're paying such a high dividend. So this is kind of one of these ones that, like, you get in, it's risky, you don't know how much capital you're going to end up with, but you do it for that nice monthly income. It's kind of, to me, like okay, at least if I put my money in the market or I put it in a stock and it drops, I get nothing, right? Like I get nothing from that. I see, an unrealized loss in my account. But at least purchasing something like Misty, you're getting an income. This is also one of the reasons why, though, I wouldn't put all in on Misty for this account by any means. I'm playing it very conservative. 25 shares is only going to cost me, it's like $20 a share right now, so it's not going to cost me a very much, big chunk of the account or anything. But yeah, that's kind of like, okay, here's the really volatile, risky one. Here's the much more stable one, but it doesn't pay as much. And then here's the one that's actually showing growth since January is when they started the weekly YBTC, and it's doing fairly well, and the payouts are, pretty decent. So this is what we're looking at right now. I'll keep you updated once I actually start getting filled for some of these shares. Like I said, I'm in a little bit of a hurry to grab my YBTC. I didn't want to necessarily pay at the top. I probably, now having viewed the ETF, on a daily basis, because this really just came on my radar like a week and a half ago. But now that I've been watching it, it's like, okay, you want to almost buy your shares the week before the next payout, because everybody else is also scrambling, right, to try to fill and get their shares in time for that ex-dividend date occurs. And so that's kind of where I'm at. It's like, oh, okay, now I see why, it would have been a good idea maybe to purchase shares Thursday or Friday of last week. And at this point, I may or may not chase it in order to get filled so that I can get the first monthly payout. The cool thing about August, though, is there's 5 Wednesdays in August, meaning 5 paydays on this ETF. So I'm kind of like, you know what? That'll offset me paying a little bit more price per share by having 5 payouts versus 4. Because, I'm estimating a monthly income here. Let's see if we can. Right now, I put $10 a month. But, let's see, can you guys see this? There we go. Okay. But this is based off of 4 paydays. So actually, this particular month, it would be a little bit higher. And this is off of 5 shares. $10 a month off of 5 shares is pretty stinking good. That's based on it if it paid 50 cents per share per week. So you're talking $2.50 a week times 4 weeks. But again, if there's 5, then we're talking $12.50 would be the estimated income off that 5 shares. Now, of course, if I can get it up there to the 31, now we're talking, because then you're looking at, let's see, I'm going to pull up my calculator, which I don't think you guys can see, but 31 shares, say it does pay 50 cents, that's $15.50 a week. And if I got filled all the shares in time for tomorrow and I get 5 paydays, that's $77.50 for the month already there. Not to mention, even if MSTY goes down even if that goes down to $1 per share premium. Right now, the last premium was $1.18, which is another drop from where it's gone. So MSTY has kind of just been drop in both scenarios, the NAV and the payout, although that's still really good. Like $1.18 per share is still really good. So let's just conservatively say that pays $1 next month. That would put me at like $25 a month with 25 shares. And then, what I hopefully get paid with the 5 paydays on YBTC, that would put me like basically already over. And the QQQI, it's not really necessary. I just kind of wanted to build a small position in it to basically capture some growth from the Qs, some income. That one does pay reasonably, like I said, about 60 cents a share with a 53 and some change price. So that's kind of where we're at with this dividend income portfolio. This again is in a cash brokerage account through Fidelity is who I'm using, and the fills have been pretty good. Sometimes Fidelity actually cuts me a break if the stock is moving quickly one way or something. Like say I put say I'd put this order in for 48.40. A lot of times they will say, oh, we got you filled at 48.39 or something. So I do like them for kind of the nicer fills, and kind of goes the same way too when I sell as well. So just something to consider. But yeah, that's pretty much it where we're at right now. I'm just starting this whole account. This was an account that I used before as a swing trade account, and then it turned into just holding the bag on Tesla account. I'd sold like everything else mostly for a profit, or, you know, just some swing trades here and there. And just, yeah, I just kicked myself for Tesla. Just got holding way too long since the beginning of the year. No joke. Actually, I think since December, really bought at the highs on that. So anyways, moving on, we focus on the present and the future. That's what we're looking at. So I really am excited to kind of see where the dividend income portfolio will be, even just a few months. I intend to just keep adding to it as I can. I have other investment accounts where I like to just buy the broader market, S&P 500, VGT, like I mentioned earlier for NASDAQ. But this particular account is just focused on income coming in, you know, instead of having like your money just chilling in a savings account, which, you know, they're paying pretty decent if you have a high yield savings account right now. But you can make more by investing in some other things. And I'm willing to, you know, have this money set aside and not worry about it. It's not like rent money or anything. So if you have that opportunity, you know, put it to work, right? This is what it's about. We're building some future income, and I can't wait to be sharing with you, you know, how I built a $1,000 per month dividend income portfolio. So that's definitely future goals. But anyways, feel free to come check out Amy's investing tribe. There's a link down below on Telegram. This is my spin-off of Amy's trading tribe, where we're talking long-term investments. And if you like to use Telegram for chatting, you might enjoy hanging out with us in there. And I share a lot of the stuff that I'm purchasing and whatnot. So anyways, take care. I'll see you on the next one.